Dustin Kilgore, NCAA tournament, last shot at this thing. Just talk about your season and how you're wrestling in comparison to 2 years ago.
It's been an amazing season all around. 39-0. A lot of people, can only dream to have a record like that. Coming into the national tournament. I've had a lot of tough matches, and it's been a really long, gruesome season. But we're finally here down to the end of the year. This is where it all counts. This is the big show. So I'm really anxious and looking forward to the next 3 days here. It's going to be awesome. To me, I've always thought of this as being the biggest wrestling tournament in the world. So I'm totally pumped and ready to go.
How much better are you now than you were when you won the first one? I mean, you wrestled international for about a year and a half. Went all over the world. You got bigger for a little bit because you had a different weight class.
Personally, I feel that I've improved a lot. I've had some excellent training, and to go along with the coaches that I've been training with for all these years. On top of that, I've had some really, really good competition, and not just Americans for competition, but foreigners as well. People from some of the best wrestling countries: Russia, Azerbaijan, Ukraine. I've had some great competitors, and I've trained with the best, and I think that's really, hopefully it gives me an edge over some of the guys here at the national tournament. But I've been I've been more confident this year than I've ever been.
So talk a little bit about the program at Kent State. Obviously, you winning the title for them was a big step, but coming back and winning another one, that really helped give a boost to a program that's really making a difference in wrestling.
Yeah, it's anything. If you bring Kent State in the beginning, when I first got there, we didn't have All-Americans for maybe 20 years, and then we started getting some All-Americans, and the coaches, they've done a phenomenal job just really changing the program, turning everything around, and straightening the program out. We may have had some guys on the team that shouldn't have been in the past, but the coaches, they know how to filter through those guys and get the guys that want to be on the team, the guys that want to wrestle and compete. They know who they are, and they know how to train them and get them on the team, and hopefully with my previous national title and hopefully getting a second one, that's only going to help the recruiting process. Hopefully somewhere in the near future we begin to change the program even more, hopefully become a top 10 team. That would be amazing, and I just want people to see that through me, that you can take some kid who maybe didn't do so well in high school, and they can completely change the program, turn around.
Now, MAC had 2 more teams this year, and another one coming in. Talk about the quality of that conference. I mean, you've wrestled in it for a while, and this year with Missouri coming in and running into UNI, and you're going to have Old Dominion coming in.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. We've always been looked at as the conference that was maybe a little bit weaker because we didn't have the competition that was there. But now with the new schools coming in, we're just getting a lot better, especially with Missouri and Northern Iowa coming in. That's phenomenal for our conference, and there's word of a few other teams coming next year. That's going to make our conference larger, and it's going to make it, just awesome. I think it's going to attract a better crowd. It's going to kind of spark a little bit more of an interest with maybe people in Northeast Ohio or in Ohio completely, and hopefully that'll help with the recruitment process, because schools that are among like the Big Ten, a lot of guys want to go there because the conference, the level of intensity. I'm really hoping that maybe we can turn this around, and our conference can be maybe one of the top conferences out there, and kids will start wanting to go to Kent State.
Yeah. One other question, just talking about scoring points and putting on a good show this week. And you've been known to pin some people. You've been known to score a lot of points on your feet and other positions. Are you looking forward to showing what your skills are at this event?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm anxious. This is as good as it gets with folk style wrestling. It's an awesome event. You've got hundreds. I personally, there's probably 100,000 people at least just going to be watching this. I think there's a lot more wrestling fans than what we have to show with the size of the arena. Honestly, I think if the arena was twice the size, I think it'd sell out. I think wrestling has really grown as a sport since I've been in college, and I think it's going to it's going to go places. You know, I think in the future we're going to have a lot more people involved with the sport, and it's going to make the competition just so much higher. And you know, we're going to see some really great wrestlers in the future. And overall, you know, in the end, it's going to help if we keep wrestling Olympics.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, you know, I think we're going to have some great, awesome guys coming out of the United States competing, representing our country.
Well, we look forward to talking to you this weekend, and have a great senior year here.
Thank you.